Gary Black was born into journalism. His grandfather owned the Baltimore Sun, and as a young journalist, Gary was thrown into the business and learned it from the bottom up. He worked the crime beat. He got introduced to classified sales, marketing, and good down-home journalism and hard work. Gary loved telling stories. He loved being in journalism. For Gary, it was simple. Facts, results, human interest. As a ski patroller, he worked from small Pennsylvania areas to the slopes of Portillo, Chile, and the Alps. Now, as Robert Frost once said, Peter, my goal in life is to unite my avocation with my vocation, as my two eyes see one in sight. Well, Gary did that. He blended his vocation with his avocation when he became the owner and purchased Ski Racing Media in 1984 and moved it to the mecca of ski towns, Waitsfield, Vermont, next to Sugarbush, our spiritual home. And now ski racing had a home. It had a ski racing community with GMVS right down the street. It had ski riders all around. And he used this base to launch a worldwide coverage of the sport we all love. And through that, he brought our heroes to life. Ski Racing Media instantly became the global standard for covering ski races. It's the go-to spot, not just for World Cup, World Championships, and the Olympics, but for collegiate racing, for results. You go there for your classified ads to find out if there's a coaching option open in case you want to drop out of school and go ski coach. Ski Racing Media was the gold standard, and it added validity to what was happening here in America, because now we had real ski journalists in those media centers at those major events around the world. And if a ski racing writer or Gary Black showed up, it was legit. His influence then bled over into leadership roles in international ski media with ski racing around the world. And his coverage brought our heroes to life. And seeing all of this happen in the 80s and the 90s, as I was scrubbing dishes in the Sugarbush Valley, was amazing to watch that little business that could, the guy who asked, what if, grow into what it has become. Let's learn more.
Over a period spanning 3 decades, Gary Black was the conscience of ski racing, earning global respect as the publisher of Ski Racing magazine and an active voice both in the USA and with the International Ski Federation. A lifelong adventurer and newspaperman, he acquired Ski Racing International in 1984 and stewarded the publication until his passing in 2017, earning the respect of athletes, coaches, and sport leaders. Born in 1941 into a newspaper family, Black followed his father's footsteps at the Baltimore Sun as a journalist and business leader. As a young man, he traveled the world, even serving a stint on the ski patrol at Portillo. He would often regale friends with his adventure stories while sitting in ski town bars from Aspen to St. Moritz. His passion for skiing came from his mother, Catherine, an avid outdoors woman. He brought the same love of skiing to his own family at Wisp and Sugarbush. As the new publisher of Ski Racing in 1984, he sought to build credibility for his magazine, establishing a presence in press rooms around the world and engaging directly with leaders of the sport. He built impact with both the depth of coverage and the active voice he used through Ski Racing International to influence change in the sport. Most of all, he engaged with the people in the sport, from athletes and coaches to team officials to governing leaders. His friendly personality brought him close, and his distinctive laugh echoed through press centers. The words in his Black Diamonds column were loved or loathed by many, but respected by all. He also gave back as a U.S. Ski and Snowboard team trustee, FIS PR and Mass Media Committee member, and board member of the Sun Valley Ski Educational Foundation. He took great pride in more than 50 years as a member of the Aalborg Ski Club. Black was recognized by U.S. Ski and Snowboard with its highest honor, the Julius Blagan Award, along with the John Clare Award for support of the team and Russell Wilder Award for contribution to youth. He received Lifetime Achievement Awards from the AIJS Journalist Association and International Ski History Association, as well as the FIS Journalist Award. For his service to athletes and the sport of ski racing, Gary Black is inducted into the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.
Amanda Black, in memory of your father, Gary Black, having been elected by the 15 million skiers and snowboarders in America, we hereby bestow upon you, in his honor, the highest Medal of Honor. And we confer upon you from this day forward, Saturday, March 25th, 2023, induction into the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame, where your father's accomplishments will forever be remembered.
Wow, that's cool.
Good evening. My name is Amanda Black, and I'm honored and grateful, along with my sisters Serena and Lexi, my son Harrison, and my father's wife Heather, to be able to accept this award on his behalf. Thank you. What an exceptional year for our father to be honored in this way by the Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame. The accomplishments set forth and records broken in snow sport this season are unparalleled, and my father would have relished and applauded every minute. As his good friend Dexter Payne once said, there have been few bigger fans of the sport of ski racing than Gary Black. Daddy didn't start out, and frankly never was, a ski racer himself, but he was passionate about skiing and passionate about snow. His love of the sport was passed down from his mother and his Uncle Dick, who was a member of the 10th Mountain Division. His handle, back when CB radios were a thing, was Snow Goose. Every weekend, we went skiing. Every vacation, we went skiing. It was part of his DNA and ingrained in his soul. He loved it, every aspect of it. He spent time on the slopes as a student, as a father, as a patroller, and as a ski instructor. He was a very proud member of the Ski Club Aalborg, making the pilgrimage to Austria with friends and family at least once a year. The pivot came in 1984 when an opportunity to move away from his lifetime career at the Baltimore Sun presented itself, and he purchased a small newspaper called Ski Racing. From that point forward, he lived, slept, and breathed snow sport as few have. He became the voice for those we couldn't always hear. Though his affinity was towards alpine racing, he gave all the snow sports attention. The athletes, the coaches, the administrators, his staff, they all became an extended part of his family. He traveled the world following the athletes, the competitions, and the snow. He was renowned for his storytelling dinners that were almost always accompanied by too much wine, his incongruous big cowboy hats, and his boisterous laugh, which echoed throughout press rooms everywhere. Daddy was a longtime trustee of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Foundation and an appointed delegate of the FIS Council through his membership at AIJS. My father was deeply committed to the sport and to driving its progress. This meant that he did not hold back from asking searching questions and giving his honest opinion, often through his Black Diamonds column. He rarely shared an opposing idea without offering a well-thought-out solution to what he deemed the problem to be. Some would say he became the conscience of ski racing. His passion for the sport was contagious, and he lit the fire for many that crossed. Be it a fledgling career that started out at a news desk and ended up behind a microphone for NBC Sports, or a breakout ski racing junior alpine skier of the year who ended up becoming the winningest alpine athlete of all time. I think that most, if asked, be it athlete, employee, trustee, or council member, would say that they could call him a friend. And I think that's how he'd like to be remembered, as a friend to the sport. He would be humbled by this honor and likely say he didn't deserve it. He would credit it to those doing really all the hard work, the athletes, the coaches, and the volunteers. Michaela Schifrin once dubbed Daddy the father figure of ski racing itself. And in truth, that was what he aspired to be. Thank you for recognizing his contribution to the sport and to the community.